Wait, the person drinking tea over there. Isn't that Yelan? Oh, looks like she's having some kind of tea party with friends. We're just in time. Aren't we gonna go say hi?
Well, Officer Edler, after all that work, I think we've got them this time. Might take a few days to wrap up things in the field. In the meantime, I think you've earned yourself a break.
Much appreciated, Miss Yelan. This 13 I'm just glad we finally took down these crooks. Anyway,
Don't forget to take some tea and dim.
Oh, looks like Yelan's friend left.
Ah, another pleasant surprise. Excuse me, a pot of your finest Yunlai white. Now, judging by that expression,
Ah! Spies? What spies? There were spies around here just now?
oh, more than that, I'm sure. I bet they already sent someone to tail Officer Edler. Anything to foil our operation.
Oh, so you're tracking down some criminals? They've got some nerve spying on you like that. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon.
Well, those tend to be the kinds of cases that cross my desk. If I could leave it to someone else, I would. I could have been on vacation right now. Mora laundering, to the tune of 10 figures and counting.
Laundry? What does that have to do with Mora? And who are these figures? There are 10 of them?
In layman's terms, a certain merchant in Fontaine possesses a large amount of Mora obtained through illicit means. But it's easy to get caught when you're moving that kind of cash. So you cover your tracks, create a front to avoid detection, and what do you know? Your illegal Mora now looks completely legit. And this merchant's front of choice? Fine art and antique auctioneering. He buys goods from all over Tevat, brings them back to Fontaine, and rebrands them as pieces of fine art, driving up their price in the process. Then, when the items go to auction, he buys them up at their inflated price with his own illicit funds. And through this exchange, the proceeds he receives in return are clean. This process allows him to legitimize his illicit wealth. He even launders Mora for other criminals as well, a business which earned him the title the Dark Financier. That's to be expected, I suppose. In Chenyu Vale, you can get your hands on exquisite antiques without breaking the bank. Tea sets, porcelain, jade, statues, all easily marketed as pieces of fine art. Liyue goods being used in illicit underground schemes poses a real threat to our trade standing in the long run. So, instead of getting to enjoy my long-awaited vacation in Fontaine, it's back to work for me.
Okay, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's like moving Mora from one hand to the other. In other words, just disguising where it originally came from. But if you know what this merchant is up to, shouldn't it be pretty easy to catch him? You go to the auction, wait for him to appear, then nab him right as he goes to purchase his expensive piece of Liyue art.
Not a bad plan, Paimon. But there are too many loose ends. If you were the mastermind behind this whole scheme, would you really expose yourself as the face of the operation?
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to be seen doing the dirty work. You'd send someone else instead. Like, if Paimon was the bad guy, she'd send the Traveler. No, wait! Even if Paimon turned bad, the Traveler would never... Paimon would need, like, a group of minions or something. Oh. Oh! Paimon gets it now. Even if you track down the goods, if this dark financier guy isn't the one doing the buying at the auction, you won't catch him.
It's not just a matter of who's at the auction. You also have to source the goods, transport them back to Fontaine, get them to the auction house, none of which are tasks he performs himself. He has a whole crew to hide behind. Tracking down the goods is already complicated enough. They change hands so many times, the trail is almost impossible to follow. So the most logical course of action is to play the long game. You start small. You find someone you can follow behind all the smoke screens, who'll lead you straight back to the dark financier himself.
Wait, so you were just pretending? And to think, Paimon thought all that stuff about wrapping up the case and taking a break was actually true.
Right you are, Traveler. Working with the Millilith and Officer Edler, we managed to launch attacks on all of the Dark Financier's strongholds, which allowed us to nab most of his crew. Those spies just now were his most important agents, the two people he trusts to have direct contact with him. The first is Corday, a senior member of the Fontaine Antique Association, in charge of auctioning off the goods. And the other is Dodamani, a ship owner from Sumeru and longtime cargo transporter. They're under pressure to salvage the situation, so we let them slip through the cracks on purpose. The goal is to make them think that, by some stroke of luck, they're in the clear and have room to act. They think keeping tabs on Officer Edler will allow them to operate under her radar and get whatever remains of their goods out of Liyue. But little do they know, while their attention's fixed on her, I'll be secretly gathering the intel that's gonna bring them crashing down. So, interested in coming along for the ride? I'm curious how you take to this line of work. Could be some potential there.
Yeah, we kind of stumbled into this whole thing, but now we're a part of it too. Let's do it! For Yelan, for the people of Chenyavale, and for, the Liyue business world!
I admire your selflessness, Traveler and Paimon. Let me be the one to look out for your self-interests, then. Namely, your payment. How about we do this the Fontainian way? You'll get exactly what a top agent receives for a dangerous field mission. Getting started is always the hardest part, but luckily, I have a lead. The Dark Financier's crew is even more on guard than usual, so our best bet is to do some counter-surveillance to get on the right track. And I think I know just the place to start. Let's head northeast and see if I'm right.
Skyward! Boring! Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
All right, let's start our investigation here.
So, we can all agree this is just a normal stretch of wilderness, right? Paimon doesn't seem...
Well, it didn't take long for you to understand our role here, Traveler. Thinking like a top agent already. Impressive. Like I said, we need to start small. If we want to track down the man himself, our best bet is to start with his goods. So right now, finding his stock is our #1 priority. And to do that, locating his hidden stronghold is imperative. Which brings us to why we're here. Pretty good vantage point from up here, don't you think?
Huh, guess so. Paimon can see the port of Yelan Wharf, the boats in the distance, and some kind of tower. What's that for?
It's a lighthouse. The Millilith use it to monitor the situation at sea. In addition, the flashing of the light can also serve as a means of communication. Oh, let's hear it. Not too far off at all, traveler. The Millilith maintain an impeccable level of security in Shenyu Vale through consistent patrolling. This location offers a perfect vantage point to observe their lighthouse signals and deduce their patterns of behavior, which is a huge help if you need to move goods under the radar. So we should be able to find traces of the Dark Financier's scouts in this area.
Oh, okay. Paimon doesn't quite follow, but she'll take your word for it.
It's simple. Just take this forensic imaging device and investigate the surrounding area. As long as we're meticulous, I'm positive we'll find something.
The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey in a few simple words. Oh, but why must the listener grow weak?
Well, all set? Remember, an eye for detail is key.
Yeah.
Some good finds. Whatever door this key opens could be critical to the investigation. And this carrier pigeon tube contains several coded messages.
Huh. So there really is evidence around here. It's like these guys aren't even afraid of getting caught. What if the Millilith noticed them spying and decided to investigate?
These objects suggest the Dark Financier's scouts were likely disguised as fishermen. People like that are trained not to crack under pressure. All they'd need to do is come up with a believable excuse, like needing a place to rest. The Millilith can't investigate or apprehend a civilian without probable cause.
Ugh. Paimon can just see their smug faces getting away with something like that.
Not to mention, the traces on these objects are fresh, which means the scout here is still active and wasn't among those caught by Officer Edler. So we need to stay vigilant. We can't let them know we're still on their tail. I had a hunch this area was being used as a lookout, and I was right. But that still leaves the question of where the goods are hidden. Any ideas? Spot on again, Traveler. Looks like you don't need anyone to hold your hand when it comes to deductive reasoning. Given a carrier pigeon's speed, the two locations should be close enough to deliver messages quickly. That means the base we're looking for should be within a certain radius. Ruling out areas within line of sight of the lighthouse, as well as places with a lot of foot traffic.
That just leaves the shallows to the north of Mount Mingyuan?
That certainly sounds plausible. You have the cover of the mountains, and the advantage of hiding right under the authorities' noses. Well, our next destination is decided then. Let's go.
Yeah! Scatter!
And nothing out of the ordinary here, either.
That's right. No detail is too small to investigate. I believe in you. The evidence could be even more All right. I know.
This must be it! The secret base where they stashed their goods! Definitely wasn't easy to find.
Well, well. Looks like you tracked it down in no time at all. I see your potential as a solo field agent, Traveler. Now, time to test out the key we found earlier. Let's see what surprises could be in store. This isn't their home turf, so I doubt they had time to set more traps. Should make our lives easier. I'll take it from here. The last thing we want is to leave traces behind in there. Caution is the name of the game. You two keep a lookout. Make sure no one barges in while I'm in there.
You got it! This is a first for us, but the Traveler can do anything. She's got good point. Yelan doesn't make mistakes like that.
All right, that's done. I've noted the features of all the porcelain items, vases, and teas stored here. We need to keep a lookout for these features at the auction and pinpoint the person attempting to purchase the corresponding goods. Then, we can let them lead us to our main target.
Wow, that was fast! You must do that all the time, huh?
Now, we wait. There are countless auctions in Fontaine. We can't possibly monitor them all. Besides, that would be a waste of personnel. I'll continue to conduct surveillance in the area, keep tabs on the situation, and attempt to decipher their coded messages. Once his two lackeys move the goods, we can shift our focus to the upcoming auction. And then, we'll have somewhere to start.
Got it! we can do now is wait. Wait, and then follow them straight to the guy behind this whole thing so we can give him the old 1-2 punch!
This whole time, Officer Edler has been leading her two stalkers on a wild goose chase around Chaoying village. Once they decide it was all a waste of time, it's her turn to tail them instead. Not to mention our operation has already put them under extreme pressure. We've forced their hand. I doubt they'll last more than 2 days before making a move. So let's meet back up at Yelan Wharf in 2 days. Find me near the harbor.
Well, it's been 2 days. Let's go meet up with Yelan. Ooh! I'm getting excited! Searching for evidence, tracking down a crime boss. It's like being a real detective!
Well done, you two. Right on time. The day after we infiltrate... See that ship?
Whoa! That's one...
Thinking 2 steps ahead? If Corday and Dodemon... But we need to be careful. As an escaped I'll circle the area to draw... Remember to keep a low profile.
Yeah!
All set? All right.
Okay, so, no fake. But did you see the strange
Good work. As for the markings you managed to catch, I think we're looking at a treasure hoarder in sick. Based on the port manifest, it...
So, nothing...
Fertilizer, so... Might be risky. But I'm gonna...
Yeah! Let's see the...
Well, you've proved yourself, so make sure you're prepared.
Excuse me, passengers. Due to limited space in the cargo hold, we've been forced to store some of the...
Ah, please, no need to apologize for your success in business. I just hope it rubs off...
It looks like all the goods marked with Scamface's insignia have Corday listed as the shipper. Dodemani is in the car...
Are they... inspecting something? Why are they...
Here, take this cipher. It should help you figure out their code. This is the plan. While I distract Corday and Dodamani, you two investigate the goods marked with scam. By all means.
Huh? Wait! You're just...
Oh, excuse me, gentlemen, but have we met? You're Mr. Corday, a famous antique collector in the Quartier Lyonnais, correct?
Huh? Ah, the...
Oh,
Yes, I had an app.
yes, that must be it. Well, looks like we ran into each other at the someplace I could find.
You?
Ah, does this gentleman...
Of course. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yelan.
Yep. Yelan is actually talking to them. All right. Then let's go somewhere out of their line of sight so we can start investigating those boxes. What's with this and? There's a strange note. But Paimon Yelan really thinks of everything, huh? But, you know how to use it. Well, what does it say? Blowing up the ship? Are they nuts? Paimon thought this was about getting the authorities. Okay, Yelan, there are That's all the bombs on the deck. What about...
Already taken care of. Good work, you two.
Yelan! Honestly, it's a... Wait a sec. Where are Corday and Dodamani?
Recovering from the shock, I would imagine. Suddenly finding out that you're being targeted by a dangerous...
Indeed.
Well, no need. Your cargo will also... So, if I may, where are your goods heading?
To the Hotel de...
Ah,
Our...
it's not a question. Now we can be sure the Dark Finance... He needs to get rid of... The last thing he wanted was for the goods to make it to the auction. But now he could choose not to send one. It would only be a matter of time. At best, the Dark... Exactly.
Okay,
Don't worry. We're in the home stretch. Officer Edler already... I'll meet you at the hotel.
up with Yelan. Our This is our chance to catch the culprit behind this.
Good evening, patron.
Wow! This place is packed! Is every rich person in Fontaine... Oh, wait! The people we're after are hiding here too! It's time to get... What? It's not like we're rich like the rest of these people. We need a little something to blend in. Too bad! Paimon doesn't have another. But she'll help you make one.
Well, you two seem raring to go. Good to see you're not nervous. But remember...
Yelan? It is you, right? It must be you!
Well, I am the current owner of the Yenshan Tea House after all, as well as an honor. So, I thought something with more of a Fontanian flair might be nice.
No, not at all!
All right. Well, you two are expert investigators at this point. With us working together, I'd say our chances of success are stacked higher than the...
We sure make a great...
This time, your mission is simple. Take this dossier. When the dark finance...
Wait, so... we get to actually take part in the auction?
Thoughtless bit, but the dark financier... After the incident with the ship, several buyers registered for the auction at the last minute. They're all wearing special pins, and I'm sure he's not to mention the buyer has limited funds at his disposal. The dark financier likes to work in
Okay, so...
There's seating reserved. One thing once the auction is over, we'll find somewhere secluded to corner the buyer and have a nice little chat.
Yeah! We're on a...
He's acting strange. And there's his tea efficient, which means...
Wow.
Whatever your employer is offering you, the maison...
You! I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that so? Well, you might be interested to know that if the person wearing the blue pin loses their bid, find somewhere secluded.
You lucked out.
No. The boss said, and he even paid me $3 million in advance. On that alone, I could get my wife the best medicine, help her hang up. But then, one auction goes wrong. Just one. And what?
You're risking your life to do this guy's dirty work and pad his pockets with even more cash. Compared—
I've got at least...
No need. I'm guessing you're offering me a way out. What do you need me to do, officer?
all you need to do—
My boss, he's extreme. The best I can do.
All right, then.
Phew! Mission you managed to get
well, he was all— plus, we had some very convincing performances to help seal the deal.
Well,
Are you kidding? Paimon felt like she was face to face with one of our bad guys of the week.
well, what's next, Yelan?
The Sumeru with the Millilith are—
You got it.
All right then. We'll reconvene 12 hours from now, when our new double agent will lead us into the Lions. It's time for the—
All right. This area is full now to arrange, but to tell you the truth, maybe.
Paimon was well,
If all goes to plan, this should— All right. Then let's see those— All right. The mechanisms have been— Now, all we have to do is wait for—
you know what? For some strange...
My dear Monsieur Accidents.
So you do believe in consequences?
Oh? A trap, I presume? No matter. It's not easy to earn the dark financier rovere pelliccia. 6 months of planning and execution.
Why is the Dark Financier so...
Oh, do be serious. You
If you want to do this the—
for 2 months as you cut off my...
So you're planning on—
My livelihood is... My moral laundering days are over. I'm usually one to quit while I'm... So, Agent Yelan.
Clockwork Mecha! Paimon takes back...
An old military model. You two have been a huge help, because as it so happens, he isn't the only one who has a— Gotcha! Busted! Game's up! Fun's over! Gotcha! Here comes the catch. Quietly now. Gutsy. Take it easy. No. Things are about to get dicey. Take it easy.
Unbelievable.
Any last words? Perhaps a bit too dramatic, isn't it? I'd rather not give a soapbox to a piece of scum like you. No. I think I'll say you can pretend to have seen every coin, and all you'll be able—
You're not a...
If you knew what's good for you, you'd have walked away from this. Whew. After take this guy back with any luck. Oh, Miss Yelan, traveler. As a personal thank—
I appreciate the I was just doing my job. If you want to reward someone for going above and beyond during this operation, it should be the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow. Paimon's had her detective cap on for so long, and maybe...
Well, if you're interested in this line of work.
You really mean it? Oh, is that okay, Traveler? All right!
Well, both our lives can get back to normal after talking about it for so long. Mind humoring me for a bit, Traveler?